Hello and welcome to another episode of the Post-Separation Abuse Podcast. After months of development, research and refinement, the Post-Separation Parenting Blueprint is going live tomorrow for those who are on my waitlist. For those of you who have joined the waitlist or who get on the waitlist before tomorrow, you will get exclusive access before anyone else, plus a discount that won't be available to the general public. Today, I'm sharing what's inside the blueprint, why I created it, and how you can get exclusive access over the weekend if you're ready to transform from conflict-avoidant to protective and strategic parenting post-separation. For the past few months, I've been sharing evidence-based insights about what children actually need post-separation, the professional competence crisis in Australia, and the policy failures that have harmed our kids for 20 years. But sharing problems without solutions really isn't enough. Your children need you to have a complete system, the knowledge, the capacity, and the strategic skills to actually protect them within this broken system. Tomorrow, that complete system becomes available. For years, I've worked with protective parents who were stuck in the same cycle. Many of them knew what their kids needed, but they felt far too overwhelmed to advocate for it effectively. There were also some who were really confused about what their kids needed. Conflicting advice from lawyers, psychologists, websites, friends and family often only made things worse. They started conversations with co-parents with ultimately good intentions, but sometimes ended up reacting emotionally and avoiding conflict instead of responding strategically with a focus on protecting their kids. They often agreed to parenting arrangements that really didn't feel right because they found it difficult to handle the pressure in the moment, and they really didn't understand the research that was backing what they felt was right for their kids. They sometimes avoided difficult but necessary conversations because they found them too overwhelming. And they began advocacy efforts with their co-parents and also with lawyers, but found it hard to keep going when they faced resistance. In my many, many years of one-on-one coaching, I've realised that information alone wasn't creating transformation. Most resources in the post-separation space give you bits and pieces, but not the complete system. For example, legal professionals often focus primarily on advocacy, but without helping clients to build their capacity or providing evidence-based child development knowledge. Generic post-separation parenting courses may provide detailed information. However, that information might be quite general in nature and it might lack an evidence base. They also usually don't cover capacity building or strategic advocacy skills. Therapy or counselling might help with processing emotions during sessions, but often doesn't provide specialised post-separation knowledge and advocacy strategies that protective parents need, particularly if they find themselves in the court system. The result? Parents who might know in their gut what their kids really need after separation, but they're not able to act on it. Parents who might have good intentions, but don't have the tools for sustainable implementation. Now to my 3 steps to protective parenting framework. This is the methodology that I've created over my many years of coaching work that the entire post-separation parenting blueprint is built on. Step 1 is about knowledge. Learning exactly what your children need at each developmental stage, evidence-based child development in post-separation contexts, safety assessment that goes beyond obvious physical harm, how to differentiate between common levels of conflict post-separation and family violence, age-appropriate arrangements that can challenge harmful assumptions, and specialised knowledge for complex situations. Step 2 is about growing your protective capacity. And this is the step that so many parents miss. This includes nervous system regulation, helping you to stay calm under pressure, emotion regulation, so that you're able to respond strategically instead of emotionally reactive, skills to implement and maintain healthy boundaries so that you're protecting your energy for what really matters, and sustainable practices that help to prevent burnout and overwhelm. So many people learn the hard way that navigating post-separation, particularly if you have a controlling former partner, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We really need to protect our energy and grow our capacity if we're going to be able to stay the course, particularly if our case ends up in the court system. And step 3 is about advocating effectively for our kids' genuine needs. This includes strategic communication, specific insights about navigating the Australian legal system, how to challenge harmful ideologies with research and evidence, and how to create sustainable change over time. The Post-Separation Parenting Blueprint is the only resource that addresses all of those 3 steps as an integrated system. This isn't just another post-separation parenting course. It's a comprehensive system for transformation. Step 1, levelling up your understanding of what your kids need, covers understanding child development in separation contexts, safety assessment fundamentals that go beyond physical harm, age and developmentally appropriate arrangements based on evidence, consideration for kids with additional needs, deep dives into parenting issues involving substance abuse, mental health issues, and other health concerns that can affect parenting, relocation and international considerations, and other complex situations like when there is a disinterested co-parent, when you've got one or more adult children, and if you've got one or more kids that are resisting or refusing to spend time with the other parent. There is a specific module linked with step 2, so growing your capacity. This is a comprehensive capacity building system that I don't think I've shared publicly before. All about nervous system regulation, emotion regulation, radical acceptance, and how to implement and maintain healthy boundaries. This is the foundation that makes everything else sustainable. And then the modules that align with step 3. Strategic communication and co-parenting approaches, how to navigate high conflict and abuse dynamics, challenging equal parenting ideology with evidence, debunking the myths around, quote, parental alienation, how to challenge arrangements that are inappropriate, and Australian-specific legal considerations. Plus, there is a reference and resource directory. This includes the research citations that underpin the post-separation parenting arrangement guidance. There are parenting plan and parenting court order examples and evidence-based talking points for challenging problematic recommendations from professionals. Recently, the podcast featured a 3-part series on the system that fails children. The blueprint gives you the tools to navigate and challenge that broken system while protecting your children, giving you practical tools that create real transformation, not just an information dump. You don't just learn what your kids need, you learn why they need it, the evidence that underpins that, and you develop the internal capacity and strategic skills to actually advocate for it, even when it's difficult. This is the comprehensive system that I wish had existed, not only when I was navigating my own post-separation journey over 17 years ago, but also when I first started this work. The blueprint addresses the complete journey from knowledge to capacity to advocacy. There are so many people that have signed up to the waitlist for the blueprint. Thank you so much. Keep an eye on your inbox and potentially your spam folder, because tomorrow morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time, that will be Saturday the 27th of September, you will get something that nobody else will be getting. That is exclusive weekend access to the blueprint before it opens to the general public next week, plus an exclusive $250 discount that won't be available to anyone else. That's a huge discount for more than 20 comprehensive modules, a research and reference directory, and lifetime access to what is currently the most comprehensive post-separation parenting resource. My waitlist subscribers have been following this journey and supporting this work. And so, to you, I say a big thank you. You absolutely deserve first access to the complete system. If you're listening to this and thinking, maybe I should have signed up for that waitlist, you still can. Go to danielleblackcoaching.com.au, join the waitlist, then you'll get an email from me Saturday, 27 September, enabling you to get immediate access to free resources, plus you'll be included in the exclusive launch with the big discount off the regular price. But you need to join the waitlist today. And to my one-on-one coaching clients, please know that I have not forgotten about you. You will be getting a personal email from me tomorrow as well, because this blueprint exists because of you. You helped me to create this. For many of you, we've been working together for months, for some of you years, and you've shared your challenges, breakthroughs, frustrations, victories, asked the hard questions, pushed me to think deeper, and helped me to understand exactly what protective parents need, not just to survive, but to thrive. Every module in the blueprint has been refined by our one-on-one work together. Every strategy tested in your real-world situations, every framework developed through watching what actually creates real transformations in the families that I'm so incredibly privileged to support. And please know, to all of you out there that have been working with me one-on-one and also with Trudy, I know she shares my sentiments, we are just both so incredibly grateful to each of you. You've trusted us with the most precious thing to you, your children's well-being. You've allowed us to walk with you during some of your hardest moments as well as your biggest victories. And this blueprint really exists because you believed that this work that you've been doing with me, this one-on-one coaching work, mattered enough to invest in it. And now thousands of other families are going to get to benefit from everything that we've learned together. To all of my one-on-one clients, thank you for making me a better coach, a better advocate, and a better human being. I love you all so much, and I'm so incredibly proud of you. Okay, now to dry up the tears. I did not think I would get that emotional. But hopefully that helps you to understand how much this blueprint means to me in the work that I'm doing, supporting families, supporting protective parents, and the fact that I want to support so many more people than I have the capacity to. That's one of the hardest parts actually about doing this work. The fact that there's so many more people that I want to be able to help, that I want to be able to reach, and until now haven't been able to do so. But the blueprint is going to help create such a fundamental shift for so many families, for so many parents, going from reactive parenting driven by overwhelm and pressure to strategic protective parenting grounded in evidence and increased capacity. From feeling like things are just simply happening to you to having the tools to create the changes and the safety that your kids need. From merely surviving the challenges of post-separation to thriving as the protective parent that I know you want to be and that your kids deserve. And if you've listened to the episode where I talk about my story, you'll understand why I say that every day you wait to step into the energy of being a protective parent is another day that your kids might be at risk of being in post-separation parenting arrangements that don't serve their developmental needs and are perhaps also unsafe. It's potentially another day that you'll be feeling overwhelmed by a system that primarily was not designed to protect our kids. Another day that you might be missing opportunities to advocate effectively because you lack the strategic framework and the evidence base. And another day that you might be reacting instead of calmly responding. What I know from all my coaching work is that the protective parents who transform aren't the ones who wait for the perfect time. They're the ones who invest in themselves, the ones who invest in their kids. And your kids don't just need you to know what's best for them. They need you to have the internal strength, the internal capacity and strategic skills to actually make it happen. And that's exactly what the blueprint helps you to achieve. The blueprint isn't just about helping individual families. It's about changing how Australia and other countries around the world approach post-separation parenting. When protective parents have evidence-based knowledge, emotional capacity, and strategic advocacy skills, professionals can't dismiss concerns as easily. Harmful arrangements can get challenged with evidence, and the entire conversation can shift towards what the research actually shows protects children post-separation. And this is how we all become change makers. Because every parent who uses evidence-based approaches, who builds inner capacity instead of just reacting, who advocates strategically for their children's needs, you're all part of changing the system. The blueprint gives you everything that you need to be part of that change whilst protecting your own children. When you transform how you navigate post-separation parenting, your kids can experience stability and security instead of confusion and chaos. You can model resilience and strategic thinking that they can then learn from you. From you, other families can see that there's a better way, and the professionals who are working in this space are going to start encountering parents who are not going to be easily dismissed or manipulated. Tomorrow morning, waitlist subscribers get exclusive access to the post-separation parenting blueprint, plus the $250 discount that nobody else is going to be seeing. And if you're on the waitlist, please check your email early tomorrow morning and your spam folder just in case. Your exclusive access link and discount code will be waiting. If you're not on the waitlist yet, Go there right now and join. You've got until tonight, so I'm recording this Friday, 26th of September in Australia. You have until tonight to be included in tomorrow's exclusive launch. Fear not. If you don't join the waitlist, if you're listening to this after the fact, you will get access to the blueprint. There will be other podcast episodes coming out talking about it. You can also keep checking the website, danielleblackcoaching.com.au. You'll see changes there when the blueprint is available to everybody else. For those of you who are interested in the blueprint, this is not just about buying yet another course. This is about choosing to transform how you navigate one of the most challenging periods of yours and your children's lives. It's about choosing evidence over assumptions, strategy over reactions, and comprehensive solutions over fragmented approaches. It's about choosing to become the parent that your kids need during this most crucial time. Until next time, thank you again so much for being here with me, and keep fighting for what the evidence shows that your kids need. I'm with you all the way.
There's a moment where the noise stops landing, where the chaos loses its hold.
That's it for today's episode of the Post-Separation Abuse Podcast. If you found this helpful, you'll love the Post-Separation Parenting Blueprint, the foundation of everything that my team and I teach, now available to all protective parents. Whether you work with us one-on-one or navigate your journey independently, the blueprint is where everyone starts. Whether you're thinking about separating, in the early stages of separation, wanting to avoid your kids being trapped with unsafe or inappropriate care arrangements, or perhaps needing to challenge and change current arrangements, and even if you're currently in the court system for parenting matters. I created the blueprint as a gift to all of my fellow protective parent warriors because the journey of being a change maker and a cycle breaker can't be done alone. And the blueprint is the one post-separation parenting resource that gets it right. Child development, safety and well-being put first, with the evidence to back it up. The blueprint gives you the same strategic frameworks that my team and I use in private one-on-one coaching. And it's available on an online platform for you to access whenever and wherever you need. You can also ensure that you're up to date with any new announcements by checking in regularly to the website danielleblackcoaching.com.au. Until next time, take care. And please always remember, you are your child's greatest protector.
This isn't revenge, this is design. A future rewritten line by line. You don't burn it down, you build it right with wisdom, strategy, and quiet mind.